if you're working with data, you are, oh, want to be a data analyst, data scientist, the engineer, you should know this. Let me show you. Say that you're learning MySQL or PostgreSQL or SQL, right? You're working with data, so you come right here. This is what you do, right? You get a new script. You know, practice a little bit the same thing we did last week. So check out our previous videos so you know more of what we're gonna do here. So, um, today we're gonna look at the sales, right? By employees, the order they processed, and by all the employees. Last week we do customers. Today we're gonna do the employees. So we mentioned we're gonna do orders, and if we do just sum total, we have an alias. We're gonna use the alias total. So that's giving us the whole amount, everything, right? Everything that was processed. But we also mentioned we also need employees. So let's go with employee. I'm doing a normal join, not a full join, not a left or right join, just a normal join, just to only get the employees that process others. And say employee. Now, I remember. Oh, is the alias? I remember others. Um, last week we mentioned that others, the name was different on them. So yeah, agent ID. So we have others that agent ID should equal to either agent ID. We don't have agent ID, but we do have employee ID. That's cool. So we're good. So let's get an employee ID. What do we have in employee ID? So if we want to see everything we have quick, we just say from employee, or we can just come right here, right? Get the same thing we did. We see everything, other column. So either or, whatever you choose to do. So we got the employee, we got the username, we got the first name, last name, but um we don't have the whole name. So we're gonna get the whole name. To get the whole name, we can do two things. We do concat. Can say either first name and either last name. There you go. So that will give us the first name as we're gonna as employee as full name. Right. Oh yeah, of course. On this case, since we're not doing too much, so we're using full name. Some database or some SQL out there, version out there, won't let you use an alias on the group by. So you would have to use um, the whole thing, right? Either or. Some will let you do it, some will not let you do it. In this case, PostgreSQL. This is PostgreSQL form we're using. So it let us do it, so we're gonna use it. So it give us now we can order. We can also order by we give an alias as well. We call it total amount or total sales. Yeah, let's say total sales. We can order by total sales this segment. One thing I'll mention, um, and this is Postgres, so you don't have to use a concat. If you want to, you can remove that. Let's remove that. Let's remove this one too, so we don't forget. We can use instead of the word concat, we can use this toolbar. It's the same thing, right? Same thing. Now, oh, we removed the descendant. How did we remove that? Now, what else we want to do? We also mentioned that we want to see the total, the process, and the items, everything they did, right? So we want to see that as well. So how can we do that? All the detail, all the detail has all the ID, product ID, quantity. So we can join. Let's do the join. I'm gonna put it right here so we can see it. And this one will be here. This one here, got it. So join other detail on that order ID equal to OD. I got distracted for a second. OD that order ID. Okay. So we need the item. Let's put it right here. There's quantity. I mean the sales they made. So we can do sum. We can do sum. OD that quantity, and we can call it as total item or whatever, or total item sold or item sold. We can also count how many, like how many times they made a sales, right? Because quantities give us how many product, but how many times they made a sale. So we can also see that. I'm putting it in front of it. So I'm gonna count in this case each time an order is processed. Each time an order is processed, there's an order ID, and the order ID is unique. So we can say order ID as we're gonna give it, say what we want, number of sales or whatever name we want to do it. There you go. So we got it, and we says order by. That's it. So far we're good. We also want to, let's say for 1 year, last year on alone. Let's get for last year alone. What? Play game with me. So last year alone, were order date. Oh, so it's just 1 year. So this is Postgres, so we have to extract. We have to extract the year from, okay, 2025. Oh, that's empty. It's a 2024. There you go, 2024. Order by total sales descendant. That's good. That's wonderful. Now we have, at least we got everything we needed, right? So we can go and do more with this. So what else can we do with it? So we can say, let's get an average. Let's get an average sales. I mean, like let's say, what's the team average sales? Not like everybody's average, but the team average. But also let's rank them. We can rank them first. Let's add a column or rank. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it just rank. A rank over order by. Let's order by this one right here. Descendant. And we're gonna call it rank. So I don't need this anymore. There you go. I got my rank. Now I mentioned that we got the ranks. We wanted to see the average. Let's get at the average. We can do the average of this one, total sales, average total sales. Missing one. Over. So the over would make sure it's for the whole, not just to repeat the same total for the whole team. The whole team, not just rows, not just for the, like for one, for Michael, for example. The first one is Michael. not just for one employee for one row. It's just for the whole team. And we can call it team average. Or we can call it team average. Team average total sales. Yep. Okay, that should do it. There you go. Okay. So now we get 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after the dot. We can round. Let's round. On everything, only 2 digits after the. There you go. So that's better. Okay, so now we can see everybody that's above average or below average. So we can do some more queries, right, to see if they are above. Or we can do a CTE if we want to, but in this case, we're not going to do a CTE here. Yeah, but we can do a CTE if we want to. We're not going to do CTE. So we're going to say when this one, sum total, is greater than this one, the average, then we call it above average. Else, let's say greater and or equal. Else we call it below average. Okay, let's give us a name as average mark. Right? As average mark. There you go. I should do it. Oh yeah, I'm missing the thing right there. Okay. Yep. So of course, the first ones they are all above average, and if we go down, all the first ones we have they are all above average. We don't have that many, so the team is doing pretty good. They are above average. Now, if we want to do like more, we can go beyond. We can go beyond and do the same thing we did with average. We can try to get an average per like how many sales, the number of sales, and we can also get an average of the total item, which would be good. Let's see if they are how good they are. Okay, so that'll be an average of the count. Oops. And that will be an average of the sum. Hey, do I have it twice the same thing? Number of sales. Quantity. Average quantity. Oh, there's average total item. There you go. Okay. Yep. So now we can do more. We can go ahead and say we can like I give a specific. We can say if they are more, if the average, let's say the team average, a number of sales is above, well, if an employee if an employee average is above the team average, and the total item sales is above the team total item sales, and then we can say the total amount sales for the whole year is above the team. So that way we can say those are like a high performer. Okay. But for to do this, we're not going to do it over here. Why? Because that'll be too much, right? So let's do a CTE. Let's do CTE. So we're going to say width This is how you CTE. Let's team average. You guys know we have to do CTE. You guys using data, so should know that already. So let's go forward. Now we're going to select. We're going to select everything. Rank, full name, number of cells. We're not going to take the averages. We only take we want to do the values, and then we do the calculation later. There you go. And then we get this from, okay, that's good. Now let's do the case. Okay, so we said if all the averages are above average, the team average, so that's mean they have a high performer. So we're going to define that performer. We're going to say when number of cells. Let's just copy everything. No, not good. When number of cells is greater than team average number of cells, and total item is greater than team average total item, and total cells is greater than team average total cells, then this one is a high performer. There you go. Okay. So we can say when I just copy this performer. What if they only have one or two? Let's say those two are down less. If this less the average on everything, but the cells, the value cells is above or equal, so that means they are, let's say I call it in progress or solid performer. Yeah, we can call it solid performer. Yeah, that's solid, not good. Emerging. Emerging, not good either. Whatever. And then, oh, let me see when. Now, let's say they have one of those things not great. Okay. The number of cells is down, is below average. Oh, no, that's different. Yeah, the number of cells is below average. And the number item is above average, and the cells is above average. So everything is above average except one of them. That would be like competent. They're just missing one. We can call it competent. They're just missing one. Now the same thing we can also call competent if the other one is different, right? So that's just to give us an idea. That's else, or let's missing else. Yes, we can call it underperformer. We can add more condition. This is not like complete. We got a from from. Oh, let's see that here. Okay, I got it. Else other by rank There you go. So you have to be careful when doing CTEs, whatever. There's a little comma, anything will not work. So we got high performer, we got competent performer, emerging performer. We have underperformer. Yeah. Yeah, but this is like totally makes sense. I think the this one is the one that causing the so many underperformer. We can say um, if the number of cells is greater and then the total item is in this case is less, we can also call it competent. Let's say solid. Oh, let's say greater and equal. Greater and equal. Everything that's greater with the greater and equal. Greater and equal. Yep. This one as well, greater and equal. Greater and equal. Okay. Yep. Competent, high performer. Of course, the first five ones they are high performers, so that's good. So basically, that's give us an idea, right? So we can go ahead and do more, and those this table we can download this table. We can we don't even have to do it here in Postgres and dbeaver. You can go to I don't know, quick site on the AWS since I'm using AWS or Tableau, Power BI, whatever you're using, and then you can do graph or even Excel. You can download that and do it in Excel and do a graph, and then put a color on them and do those this thing like the world is your oyster, as they say. You can do whatever you want with it. That's the beauty of data, but not just what you want, but like find the details, find things on it, patterns, and like you not really will not see. People will not see. What I'm saying, make it make sense, pretty much. So follow us, share the video with others, like, subscribe. Okay, guys. Thanks.